Hi, and welcome to Customer States. This is Kevin, the silent producer, and you know what it is. It's Friday, so it's time to crack them. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready. Okay.
3,
Except for Mike, because he's a bitch and opened it.
1. Crack that shit!
Can pop noise.
Yeah, fucking artificial as fuck.
Oh, you prematured
He's a
yours.
premature popper, bro.
I am a premature popper.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
but
tragic.
not artificial, truly natural flavors.
I make
Okay,
important
hold
quantity,
the
though.
fuck up. We need to fucking let people know who's talking right now. So hold on.
Okay.
So to
If
my
you're new
left,
here.
to my left is the incomparable, the
Inconsistent.
inconsistent.
Yes. Okay.
Dare I say
The show
charming?
is inconsistent.
Incoherent.
Give me another one of those mms.
Mm.
Mr. Mike Sarah.
Hi. Thank you, Kevin, for that awkward, awkward introduction. I do love it, though. I love your style. Yes, my name is Mike Sarah. Senior master technician, shop foreman, specialized in transmissions. Been doing this for part near 20 years. To my left is the warranty wizard herself, Allie Paul.
What's up, guys? I'm Allie Paul. I've been a warranty administrator for 10 years, working at the dealership for 11, so I've been cashier for 1. I'm going to cashier again. I'm file clerk. I am helping out in the office. I sometimes solve IT problems. Next to me is Jake Rikus.
Hey, everybody. Jake
Hi, Jake.
Rikus back here. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
So my name's Jake Rikus. I've been in the automotive field since I was a wee little one. Been at the dealership level for a little over 2, almost 3 years now as a service advisor. And like Ali said, I do IT, I do writing, I do greeting, all that.
Don't steal my shit.
That's not stealing. It's, everybody has their own. So
And when I can't figure out the IT, I call you.
He's borrowing.
borrowing. Favorite deep voice.
Without asking.
So we'll play on that, actually. So since we've already kind of started with that, the bit of a shortage that we're dealing with employees at the moment. And
Yeah, that's a really big issue. Like I think across the board.
so,
Yeah.
we were talking before recording, but you were saying your writers do basically the same thing that I do. I write, I answer phone calls to set appointments, I take care of the people in front of me, I greet, we check the cars in. Right now, thankfully, excuse me, we don't have to take card payments or payments, but where I work, there's no way they're setting up the industry or what we would need to do that. So thankfully we have,
Infrastructure?
thank you, infrastructure. Thankfully we've got the cashiers to do that, but I do everything, man. Also IT, me and Ali at the dealership have been dealing with absolute fucking
It's been so
shit.
fun lately, you guys. I love my job. I love my life.
There's that little ray of
So
sunshine.
Just
Let the
always
sunshine in.
smiling,
Fake
so
it till
I
you
don't
make it.
fucking cry.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
absolutely,
For sure.
absolutely.
No,
fake
it is
till you
what it
make
is.
But
And we try and work as a team to some people.
so, why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you. I'm just like IT appreciation. If you got a good one, go out there, hug your IT guy.
Dude, how about
You guys have an IT guy?
yeah, well,
It's-
okay,
I
dude.
say it
Let's
loosely.
let's start this off with saying that very loosely. Our IT guy is known as Hodor at our work, so everybody knows that reference. And then the other,
Yeah, he puts the I think in IT.
I think this will fix it. I think this is the problem. But how about Dane? That dude knew his shit.
Oh, the fucking wizard of all IT, and he's British.
Well, with a name like Dane, he
Oh, no.
should be pretty good at something.
Yeah, you have to
Dane.
have some serious skills to back that kind of name up.
You would think though this guy's
We're gonna
tall.
start calling him Great Dane.
the Great Dane. So for a tiny
Thank you.
for a tiny bit of background for this whole week, at least on our side, so the Mazda side, everything has been down. The only thing we've been able to do is
Everything as far as like internet and being able to,
Internet.
like,
So the
tickets.
dealer management system
Correct.
and internet are not
DMS,
Operable.
internet completely inop,
operative.
either way. the cashier can still do all of her shit. So since Monday, people coming in and, when people call, it's like, so I'm so sorry for your inconvenience. Our system is down right now. Please let me write down your information. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. So we did that shit for a fucking week. So it's like
that started on Monday.
That started on fucking Monday morning, man. So, and the thing is, we came in the morning, opened up, booted everything. It was working just fine. Hodor came in 15 minutes after opening, and magically everything stopped working.
Well, okay, I want to talk about
It was bad timing. It was all found out in the long run. It was okay. Actually, we still can't.
It was Eversensia.
Okay.
That's what that was. It was full on an IT Eversensia.
To be fair, we think. We really can't point fingers to it because what we're trying to do right now is the way that the dealership is set up. We piggyback off of next door. So the servers are over on the opposite side. Everything is wired over. Instead of it being dynamic IPs, it's static IPs. Everybody has their own blah, blah, blah. It's fine. So,
well over my head.
Basically, from
blah, blah, IT stuff,
right,
blah, blah,
from
blah.
next door, where all of the connections are that we need to operate, we basically mirror it on our side just so that we can hold on. The new system that we got, new router, new network, so that we can be independent from next door. What we think honestly happened, and even what I think with having IT background, is Hodor came in to unplug some ports to get it into the new network, and that didn't work because he didn't have other things set up. And then when he went, okay, I'll plug it back in, he fucked up somewhere.
Only part of the way, part near plugged it in.
Or something. So this was Monday was that guy. He came out, couldn't figure it out, said it's your internet provider. It's got to be.
Yeah, all the different people involved,
right?
Like the provider,
right?
The IT guy, another guy to test the lines to make sure that the provider did the right thing.
Right. So Monday, he said, nope, not me. Nothing I can do. It's your internet service provider. So all right, we call them. They're out Tuesday and Wednesday. They go, nope. Here's everything proving that our stuff's working. Fourth day comes around. Go back to the IT guy. Sorry, I can't figure it out. So at the end of Thursday, we hire some outside help. Quote, quote. We know these people, but they're outside help. And they go, okay, well, it looks like it might be hardware, but I'm not the cable guy. So I have to call my cable guy to come out on Friday.
So Jim Carrey comes out.
So thus today, let me tell you something.
That's different Jim Carrey.
Either way. So today we get the cable guy, and he's there, and lo and behold, somebody who knows their fucking craft, like how you know how to work a fucking wrench, you know how to fucking do warranty, and Kevin just knows how to fucking produce.
Can I summarize the problem?
Be my guest.
The light wasn't blinking.
Light no blinky.
Light no blink. Plug no work. 1 week later.
Seriously, that's what it boiled down to. One port, one cable was not sending data. Nobody thought it would be a good idea to test all of those and see if that was the issue. He went, oh, you guys are good to go.
And that one connection, everything come back online.
Correct.
Here's my bill for $2,400.
No shit.
Very much.
No shit.
You don't pay me for my time. You pay me for my knowledge.
Or my luck.
Ooh.
Or I did IT for
Don't
Warner
worry,
Brothers.
I've seen this before.
I did IT for Warner Brothers, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's a bit of luck to IT.
They're.
I'd rather be lucky than
I'm
good.
not an IT guy, but I'll take a look.
I thank you.
I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, we were doing like the executives' computers and at Warner Brothers, and they wanted their screensaver the same, like the webpage they were like looking at before they went to lunch.
Can I get that in the cornflower blue?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was crazy. But there's definitely some luck to it sometimes. You're like, oh God, where did it go? And, it's like, oh, it's over here in this little thing, and thank God. And, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, man, I have had my own IT issues. I've been dealing with IT for the past better part of 2 weeks now, at least, between not only my company's IT, but also Ford Motor Company. And we had an issue with one of the scan tool programs that downloaded.
Tools always have problems.
So,
no matter what manufacturer or you work for.
So you know why it is because we have all these firewalls that are protected by the companies, and so we need to be able to download data from the Ford servers or in whatever server that you work on in that instance.
But also not look up porn.
Yes,
Yeah, they're just keeping you from putting drug wars on it.
frowned upon generally in the workplace. Yes, I would agree on that. But so you know, I am not an IT guy. I've like personally just bought my own like first computer. You know, less than a year ago. That's the one that we're recording the podcast on. So you know, now I'm tasked with as the shop foreman to head all this IT stuff. So I've learned so much over the past, you know, year or so that I've been doing this, helping out the IT people because
Control,
we don't have
delete.
Yeah, we don't have an on-site IT person. So when they need somebody to go like look at a
Same.
mainframe thing or unplug this thing, they have to describe it to me, and they've never been there before, but it's going to look like this blue box, and it's got a bunch of there's 7 boxes that are blue with blinking lights in here with millions of cords plugged in. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm right there with you, man. When no on site, we have Hodor, but it's only when shit really hits the fan or I can't figure it out for them. Like Allie will give me a call, hey, what do I do here? That my service manager next door will call me. It's like I can fix, you know, normal shit. A little hairy, no biggie. But to go in there, nothing is none of the cables are fucking marked. None of the fucking networks are to fucking determined anything. It's like okay, I lost this. Help me get it back. This doesn't work. Help me fix it.
Cable tags on that stuff to let people know
can we
network
just
addresses,
get a
things
fucking
like that.
label maker in here? It would solve
Somebody get a
so
dynamo
many
to this
things.
dealership, please.
I fucking wish.
So, okay, so talking about like plugging the cables and stuff like that. So, where all the cables and switchboards live in our dealership are in the men's restroom in a little fucking Harry Potter closet under the stairs.
In the broom closet,
and
inside
so
of the
every
men's
time
bathroom.
I have to go reset the router or whatever, I have to knock, 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 make sure no one's
Nobody's
taking a
in there.
dump in there. And I go in like my little hidey hole door, close the door, and hope no one's standing at the urinal on my way out.
You hear somebody walk in, hit, you
Give
know,
me fucking balls a jug, dog.
close the fucking urinal, and you just hear. And she's like, now I gotta sit here and wait.
You gotta wait it out now.
There's very poor ventilation in that area.
So to give you an idea,
No wonder the servers are shit.
Oh my god, the outside
They're getting gassed all day.
the outside IT help guy, when I talked to him before he left, he's like, literally, he stumbled like I am, and he's like, I don't know how you guys have gone this far with this setup. He's like, this is by far not the worst setup I have seen, but he's like, it's fucking up there.
It's like a spaghetti rat's nest of wires.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. And the actual server room, which is supposed to be air conditioned, separate, generally clean, is tucked into a corner in a file room that is hot as fuck, dusty as fuck, and I'm surprised these things haven't caught on fire.
What, heat and dust are bad for computers? Is that what
No, it's great. No, it's good, dude. No, it's good.
It's healthy. It's like vitamins.
It builds up their immunity.
Have you seen?
You don't want your computer getting a virus.
Have you seen some of those cable
We need to
porn
be putting
server
masks
rooms?
on these.
Oh, dude, that is amazing.
Oh,
the cable porn
perfect
secret rooms?
piece
Yeah.
So
tied
I do.
together.
As a man who enjoys wiring
Nipples
myself,
were just rubbed.
yes.
I want everyone to know.
I'm a master electrician
Not
for
by me, by Jake.
concerts and stuff, and so I'm dealing with all the lighting racks and the power distribution and all that, and so we're dealing with like 4-aught cam and crazy stuff, and I'll probably send a couple pictures out to the internet, but
Okay,
that's my jam. That's my jam.
And
Everything's labeled,
all color coded.
Oh,
it's fucking.
dude,
We're
it's
gonna post
tied
to the
together.
Facebook. Does your delership look like
It's
this? And
sex.
no
It's
one's gonna
sex.
say yes.
Yeah.
No one's dealership looks like that.
Yeah, the last show I did on March 8th, 2020
Wow.
was
In
like
the
the
before times.
yeah, it was literally the last day they allowed shows. I
Oh wait, you have that tattooed on your back now, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Never
Never
forget.
forget.
Your
Um,
lower back, right?
Yeah, right above.
Right
yeah,
above
exactly.
the crack of the ass.
Yes.
So, and Allie, you were saying like when you did the introduction that you're going to be going back to cashiering because you guys have a cashiering shortage. Well,
Yes.
we have a cashiering shortage.
That's a whole nother topic of what is your job or what do you do that's not your job?
What in the past 2 months we've gone through 4 cashiers, not including Nicole.
We've lost everyone and have not had a net gain in this situation at all. So we normally would have 5 or 6 people covering, like part-time people, and then full-time, 2 full-time, and then like 4 part-time.
Because we lost
just to cover.
We lost Kat, Mary. We're losing Nicole.
Mhm.
We lost Katie.
Everyone cares about the names of our cashiers.
Right. We lost Katie. We lost.
Once you're gone, you're dead to me. Like,
oh my
I
God.
have such a hard time remembering past people's names.
So
if you're listening to this and you worked with me, I'm sorry. I'm sure I remember your.
I have a tech that refuses.
She doesn't even fucking remember what we had for dinner.
I have a tech that refuses
to
learn new people's names unless they've been there for 2 months.
No shit.
Yeah, because
you know
I have to go through my introductions.
Not worth my fucking time.
I'm not going to remember your name unless you've been here for 2 months. Sorry, just no disrespect, but
not worth my time.
It's not worth my time.
Everyone should wear name tags.
Fuck that.
Also, except for me, because I don't want everyone to know my name. Oh, that's the person that always helps me, Allie.
Well, you just want to go where everyone knows your name.
Oh.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, I was talking about not the Iranian lady.
Oh, here you guys. Cheers.
2? Oh, yuck, yuck. Dear fucking God. I'm sorry to everybody. We just lost probably 100 listeners.
Can I reverse the bell?
What happened?
Let me see if I can reverse it.
Kevin just threw the bell across the room. It shattered into 30 pieces.
Oh my God.
No, it's still good.
No, Belina. Or what did you call her the other day? What's the bell's name? Didn't you guys have a name for her?
Bellissima.
Bellarosa?
Bellina.
Belladonna? I don't know.
Bellatrix?
Yeah, there was a good one.
There was. You guys had a great name for her yesterday.
Bellatrix Kiddo?
Oh, Bellaton.
Bellaton.
The United Colors of...
Belemic?
That's Benetton.
Okay, guys, shout out to what we should name the bell. It's like the 5th person in our podcast, so
pretty much.
You can go ahead and contact us on the socials.
Belinda.
No, these are all boring names.
These are all boring.
Yeah. Somebody with more time on their hands can
Get
let us
at
know.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What should we name our bell? So, anyways, okay. Bring it back. We're talking about.
I don't want to.
You know, bring it back.
You can't make me. You're not my dad.
I'm bringing it back around. Nor am I your mother.
Mhm.
Anyways, doing jobs that aren't your job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one thing to be, okay, like, I'm going to help out this one time, you know, oh, I'm going to sit down and cashier this one time, or, oh, I'll go ahead and look up this VIN for you, or whatever.
Bitch, guess what?
And
if you do it one time, they expect
It's
you
your
to do it
fucking
every
job.
time.
Once a job, or once a favor, twice a job.
Yep.
And when it's a job, you should be getting paid for it.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Swear.
I'm
Damn,
boned.
Kevin, can I get that like on my tombstone or something?
again,
Yeah,
lower back
you're-
tattoo
So
space
I'm a
available.
freelance production guy, so we got to look out for ours and ours alone.
No, what's going on your tombstone is bone stock.
I thought it was going to be like, what does the workshop manual say?
No, I was going to say pepperoni and bell peppers.
No,
That's what's on my tombstone.
well,
I'm
where's
there.
the bell? Let me get over the drum set real quick. Give me 3 seconds. It's right over there. I can see it.
Run,
She's gonna give me a little.
We're gonna set up a snare and a cymbal right next to you. So
It's
you can
easy.
make it happen.
Everything's mobile. It's the drum set's right over there. I can see it right now.
I can see
Right
it
there.
right the fuck
I
now.
can throw something at it and make a sound.
Can you
What
play
the
that?
fuck was that?
Oh, you don't know that sound?
Oh,
Mike-
I think.
yeah, I
recognize
bet you
that
fucking
sound.
do. Wait for
It's
it.
the
Was it a
Nova.
hub?
No,
Was it a
it's the
hub?
Nova.
No. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Yeah, when they
I
do
don't know what that
documentaries in
is.
school for the science projects and stuff, that's the sound from like the Nova documentaries, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. Yeah. Dead nuts.
It's porn related. It's Pornhub.
What? How do
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Cochino?
Oh my!
Hey,
you
it's
are
Cochina.
a terrible
Cochina.
person.
Cochina.
You're a
Put it
terrible
in the
person.
feminine.
I can't believe you look at pornography.
My new friend would really appreciate that I know it's Cochina.
Shout out.
Sorry.
Yeah, Cochina.
Sorry, we fucking tangents
No, the
on you
tangents
again.
are where it's at.
No,
this
continue.
podcast is what's the percentage? 65% tangent.
I thought you were having a stroke there for a fucking. She's like
65% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, 60% of the time it works 100% of the time.
Okay, so anyway, we were talking about the things that we do at the dealership that you guys
Don't get
I'm
paid
sure
for
this
it.
applies to everybody who's ever worked a job ever. You know, you're
Especially dealerships.
Yeah, I mean, I've been handed a broom and a trash can. Like, hey, can you sweep up real quick? I'm like, dude, I'm the lighting and rigging guy. Like, no.
Well, see, and that's where I don't know if it's like a male female thing either, but
Don't
it's
bring
like
gender
I
into this.
feel like it's more expected to pick up the extra little administrative things here and there. Like, okay,
Hey,
yeah, I
hon,
don't
do you mind
that.
if you just jump in here real quick? Or, hey, hon, can you mind just like emptying the trash real quick or something
I've
like
never
that?
emptied the trash.
Yeah, I
Well,
hope not. You fucking slapped someone with that shit.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never been asked to get coffee or whatever. But I mean, there's a lot of little things that end up being no big deal here and there. Okay, there's one little thing here, like, can you file this? Oh, can you look this up? Can you go and run this down to this person? And then it ends up being your job because it's expected. And when you start and you're green, like I started at the dealership at 19, 20,
Mhm.
and you're trying to be a go-getter. Like you're trying to, okay, if I do this, they're gonna see me.
You want to wow
And
somebody
I'm
and you
going
want to
to-
like give them, a good impression.
And
right?
it's my nature. Like it's in my nature to want to help, to want to solve problems.
It's more with you. It's more trying to prove to yourself you can.
I don't know about that. Like maybe.
Yeah, yes.
But so
Here on Jake's Empowerment Corner.
The new Tony Robbins over there.
Yeah, bro. Jesus Christ.
but what are your guys' experiences with that? Like what did you do that wasn't your job? And how did you feel about it? Like, okay, so did you end up did it become a thing that you ended up having to do all the time? How did you stop it? Like,
Where do I
I
start?
haven't
Or is
stopped
it
it
just
yet.
me?
I'm
Yeah.
still-
Is
I'm
it
still
just
doing
me, or
it.
does this sound like some sort of like rape therapy group or something like that? Like, it's just like,
I mean,
so how did you
technically we
stop
are
it? And like, when
always
was it happening? And like,
raped.
Mike,
I was being
please
taken
show it.
advantage of.
Mike, please show us on the doll where they touched you.
It's right here in this general area.
Where did they make you throw the trash, Mike?
Hey,
how did you personally get victimized by jobs that you weren't supposed to do?
well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Mike. I really haven't stopped. I mean, like the runoff tangent that we had, I started off as a porter just because I
Yeah.
was looking for work. I was in between. I had done IT previous. I had run my own business. That's when everything kind of went to shit. The whole economy was really fucking bad pre-COVID. But, I flew drones, all the types of fun stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm making a decent amount of money. That didn't cut it anymore. More advanced stuff started coming up. I couldn't keep up with the money, so I couldn't buy new shit. So I was unemployed for a bit. You came to my rescue and got me a job where you worked.
I had a conversation with him like, are you sure? Are you sure you want me to get you a job
So
at the
This
dealership?
place will suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not gonna be that. Just wait.
Yeah. So with that, got that job offering, and my boss now at the time, he's like, well, I don't really have any particular opening, but our used car manager was looking for a lot porter. So I started off as a lot porter. I washed cars. I ran cars to and from our annex, our far annex, delivered cars, washed the annex, stuff like that. And like you said, whether it is you're trying to prove to somebody, prove to yourself, your work ethic. And that's really what I was more
I
saying.
mean, it's human nature to always try and want something better, and to get that better position, then you have to do,
And-
in my mind, you have to do something
Right. Well, and that's
to show that you're worthy
But
of
that's
that.
that's us thinking about that, because I can give you a handful of examples at any given place of business that there are people that are extremely unmotivated and are just there to collect a
But-
paycheck,
right,
and
but-
do
and that's-
the exact
wait.
bare minimum of what their job requirement is.
And when I
And
told
that's
sometimes
why
not even
I
that.
have to do extra shit,
Right, of
because
course.
the bare minimums out there who are confident in themselves and
fuck
there's-
everything up.
It's like fucking Office Space where he's like, good luck with your layoffs. Like, that guy doesn't give a fuck. And they're like, oh my God, he's such a hard worker.
Ron Livingston.
And like when I was telling you, Allie, not so much that you're trying to prove to yourself, you hold yourself to a standard. Your work ethic, it's to yourself. It's like
I think we all do here.
100%. And
Yeah,
with the Porter thing,
sure.
it's like I worked my ass off with that. It wasn't I just needed a paycheck or like Mike said or whatever. It was literally I'm going to work my ass off and prove to anybody who is watching that I will be the best at wherever you put me. So I got the chance of a writer left. I hopped in and, you know, I don't know. This is totally different. I don't think. And I fucking stuck my dick in the dirt and stuck my dick in the dirt and just went for it. I'm like, no, I will do whatever.
I don't have a dick.
I think it's supposed to be a different head in the sand, bro.
No, dick in the dirt. I prefer that.
Okay, well, because when they say put your head in the sand, I don't think they're talking about your dick.
Well, it's
how do you know, Kevin? Have you ever tried it?
Right. That's what do we like? It's a Jakeism or an Alleyism or a Mikeism.
That sounds like some sort of physical therapy for penises. Like, yeah, stick your dick in dirt like 3 times a day.
I used to have to do that for my finger and stuff when
It's like what's that shit that I've seen
the
on
new trend next to the
asshole sunning,
butthole sunning.
butthole sunning.
Instead of earthing, it's rooting.
It's called grounding, Kevin.
How do you
Whatever.
How do you think I catch the worms that I go fishing with?
Stick my dick in the dirt.
Yes, I stick my dick in the dirt. So I go hard at that. He's like, all right, I'll give you a shot. And since day,
dude, it's good to have going hard with your dick in the dirt. It's better.
Yeah, you know,
It's my dick in the dirt.
It's my dick in the dirt.
Sounds like it would chafe.
You keep baby wipes.
Oh my God. Onward. What were you gonna say?
So I worked hard, and from point one, you even know, it's like Don even told you. It's all like I matched the top salesman. I went right into it. So, but to continue on things that you weren't expected, because you show that it's a double-edged sword. It was like, well, you know, if you're good at this, can you help me with this? And then that becomes your job. It's like greeting the people out there, and then, oh, hey, you're good with computers. It's heck, my computer's down and my printer won't print. Can you help me with that? So now I'm fucking IT. Or, you know, one of your employees is like, well, I don't really want to stay late, but this really needs to get done. And you hope that when you do that extra work and they're like, okay, here's a raise, here's a little, you know, kickback, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, that does not happen.
So you know, the problem is that now that they know that you can produce or do things at that level or these other many different things, they're going to kind of expect that to, you know, from you
Every time.
every
it
single
becomes
time.
your baseline performance.
Yeah, that's how I got kind of like suckered into the shop floor position. My
But
title.
you got compensated when you moved. Okay, there's a look. There's a look.
Here's a story about a man.
I am considered what's called a working shop foreman because I still have to work to produce my hours. And in between the times that I'm not, you know, elbows deep inside some transmission or differential or whatever.
Elbows deep in a tranny?
Okay.
Yo, dude, and it sounds like they made up that term just to appease you.
Well,
They're
I
like,
didn't
you're
say
a working shop foreman. Have you looked that up to see if that's actually a term or?
That's
Well, as
actually
far as-
common in the industry.
I mean, that's how our
just
shop
like-
foreman was.
You're just like the senior motherfucker.
Before we get
No, there's guys that have been there longer than me and who are older than me. But
Right,
I-
but you're the low
I'm-
man on the totem pole, which is actually the head motherfucker.
yes, I'm the low man on the totem pole.
as a shop foreman, do you make a percentage off of what everybody brings in the shop?
Nope.
Yeah.
And
I
what
didn't think
figured.
that's
if
a
nothing
thing.
else, I wanted to be
I've never
judged.
known
I
that.
wanted to
Before-
be judged off that
Before my
to
calls,
make sure that I can actually make the shop more efficient. But I can't make the shop more efficient if I don't dedicate all of my time
Right.
in there because I'm still doing my own work. I'm still training at least one other person and doing, you know, for example, the IT stuff. We just had that segment about all the different hats and things that we're not, you know, supposed to be doing in the dealership.
was not in my job
My
title.
job is not to go road test this car, you know, either with or without the customer to figure out what department it needs to go to.
Mhm.
If I'm going to be working on it, yes, I'll road test it. that's how I get paid. My job is not to go do NPFs for things. No problem found.
No problem
My job is not to go look over this other thing for what?
I was just laughing.
He was about to be all like,
I clicked on the microphone, which is a piece of shit, and I need sponsorship. But I clicked on the microphone just to say, what's an NPF? And you said it right away. So I clicked it right back off. So I'm sure they heard it click on and off.
Before Mike Carlson passed away, he was making a percentage of what everybody... It's fine.
Go ahead.
It's like before he passed, he was making a percentage.
And again, it's not all about the money. Obviously, I'd like more money, or I'd like to be compensated better, or like at least, my boss does a very good job of like telling me that I've done a good job, and like, pats me on the back and gives me a little treat, and like, I get a milk bone at the end of the day, and it makes me feel much better.
Here's a bone.
Yeah.
So you mean like, here's a pizza party?
No.
Is that a topic? Pizza parties?
No. The last one was a quarter of a Jersey Mike's sub, a bag of chips, and a can of soda. Which the quarter of the sub was delicious, I must say.
I still appreciated said corner sub.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Sushis and sashimis.
Well, and that's what it all comes down to is, for me, I do want to be compensated for...
Sorry.
Confiscated.
Yes, it all does come down to...
sandwiches?
No.
Slimy sandwiches?
Pizza parties?
No.
Sushis and sashimis?
What was the slimy yet satisfying?
The Lion King?
Yes, but like that's what it all comes down to, right? Like, when you boil everything down, it's just like all about that slimy and satisfying.
Your mom listens to this.
No, she doesn't.
You know what? I'm just happy that he's not
Barb,
just picking on me.
It's okay. This could be a beaten on Mike episode. It's been a rough week for myself.
Rough week. Shaggy. We talked about dog treats, and look what's happening.
But
I've
been in the same place for 10 years, and it also comes into like, okay, so when you're really good at your job, nobody wants you to do another job that gets paid more because they don't want to pay anybody else to do your job.
Sure.
Because you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing those other jobs.
Yeah,
but you're already, like you said, you're already doing it. That's your baseline. So that's what you do now. Like, that's just because that's in your job description now. You're the same person that's been doing the same job for 10 years. So how do I know what?
You guys need to put your foot down. Like, you guys need to take like a freelancer's perspective on it, because you all are good at your positions and your dealerships depend on you. And I understand, I'm not ignorant to the fact I've worked real jobs with HR. I've done all that kind of shit. I know that you can't just be like, I'm getting paid this motherfucker or I'm walking, like I'd be like, all right, cool, here's the door, later, peace.
Yeah.
But like, you need to at least make it a point when they assign you new shit. Be like, hey, like, I understand I'm taking on this role, and like, hey, I want you to realize that I understand I'm not being compensated for this. And make it a point so that they can think about it every time they assign you something, and they're not thinking, oh, that's not in their job description. That's not what they signed up for. They haven't been doing this, and they're making this money, and now I'm asking them to do more and have more responsibility, and I'm still paying them the same money.
There's something to be said there too, because in Jake's job, he's a service writer.
Hi.
You know exactly what he does.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, my name's Jake, and I'm undercompensated at my job.
Yeah.
Hi, Jake.
Well, hold on.
Mike, and I'm undercompensated
Jake's also
at my
an
job.
IT guy, and Jake's also insert two more things for me, Jake.
IT greeter.
I got a couple things I can insert for
but
you.
the GMs and the dealer principals, the general managers and the dealer principals know what that job is. They might have even done that job before. Maybe they even did a little bit of Mike's job. Okay, but they've never sat down and been a warranty administrator. They've never sat down and done AR or AP or whatever. And so you have to sell yourself and tell someone about how you solve all of their problems that they didn't know they had in ways that they do not understand.
Yeah, that's
hard to do.
What's hard?
For sure.
It's hard.
That seems like something that you need to do, though, because like you said, that's a fucking amazing point. And I'm sure there's a lot of people listening that will agree. Like, yeah, there are jobs that we do that they don't understand because it's super complicated. It's like doing medical billing, you know?
Yeah.
It's all codes and all this other shit.
That's what warranty is very similar.
Exactly.
And it's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. The policies come out new.
ICP codes.
You know,
but
ID 10 years.
So if you took your skill set and went to medical billing, you would make 4 times the amount of money that you make right now.
Bye.
No, I hope you know that, because that shit is voodoo. And if you can do what you're doing right now, doing that voodoo that you do, you will make
The
bank.
voodoo you do.
Make bank doing medical billing. And you need to let them realize that, like, look, this is medical billing. Why don't you go take a look online and see how much those people are making and look at what I'm making?
Yeah.
And think about this. And when they give you a new job, be like, cool, like, I want you to understand, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I think you need to sell yourself more. And it sounds like you did that recently.
I did.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
I
to Allie
hair.
for going to the owner.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stand up for your rights.
I'm bowing, curtsying, whatever. Mike, at your place, do they do like reviews? Or if you want a raise, do you say, hey, like, help a brother out?
So
how's that work?
You say this term raise, and
Raise.
I know it as like lift or lower a vehicle, but what other
like
context
like
can
a
you
flag?
use it in? Yeah.
You want more money.
I guess if you're brave enough.
Bread, Skrilla.
Yeah, if you're brave
So
enough,
there's
you ask
no
for
like
one. But
process. Like even when I worked for the deli that
okay, actually, you know what? I take that back.
There was a review process.
Quarterly reviews.
Yeah, but it was a wonderfully run business. I learned so much from there. Anyways,
I actually take that back. I have gotten like a raise where the service manager calls you in the office and you're like,
fuck.
Today's
What did
day.
I do?
And he's got some paperwork for you to sign or whatever. Okay, what's the problem today? Oh no, I'm just giving you a raise. Like you just need to sign the paperwork for payroll. And,
What?
Yeah, that's
This is
never
nowhere near as bad as
is
what I
Ashton
fucking
Kutcher
thought.
gonna pop out of the closet and like
You're
you know, he's
punked,
gonna come
bitch.
out of the closet and tell me that I'm being punked, right? Ashton Kutcher coming out of the closet. Yeah,
Is it Kutcher or Kucher?
I think that's the same way to say
Kutcher.
Yes.
Kutcher? Yes. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
it. Whatever.
I don't think it matters
Yes.
enough for us to have any more of a
Yeah.
discussion. It could be doucher for all I care. In fact, you know what? It's Ashton Doucher from now on. So
Aston Douchois.
we'll save everyone the time that they've spent talking about this guy's fucking last name.
And you are right, Allie. It's
And let's also mention that, you know, I've been there for 10 years. I know we do different jobs. I say this all the time. I know we do different jobs, but you're already making $10,000 more than me a
I was
year.
going to say tens of thousands. Where the fuck is that coming?
Well, one's tens of thousands.
What? 1/10 of
One ten of
like,
thousands.
like thank you to all of our many sponsor.
All of your tens of thousands.
Of pennies.
and
I don't
all-
even think we've made 10,000 pennies yet. I don't know what that equates to. I'm bad at math.
We
I
would,
think I've said
No,
it
we
before.
didn't.
we would have a lot more money.
Oh, 10,000
We
pennies
would have
seems
a
like
new
lot.
board.
No.
I don't think that's
10,000
quite new
pennies
board
is
money.
$100.
We're working on a Venmo.
Yeah, we are. We are working on.
We
a
need
Venmo.
one new microphone for Kevin and a new soundboard. This podcast will be so much better. If you guys are liking what you're listening to,
Yeah.
please reach out to us. We have all of our socials in there.
Are you a red-blooded American? Then donate to the podcast.
Mike doesn't even know what he's talking about anymore
Ball.
because we totally just hijacked it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But our we kind of got a sponsor.
Oh
We did
yeah.
get a
Talking
sponsor.
about
Fucking
our
A,
Venmo.
man. Give
Yeah.
him some love.
Do you
Um,
like customer states? Do you want us to drink more alcohol while
Does the sound of
we
customer
podcast.
states make your butthole pucker?
so good?
There's probably a few people that can answer that. Yes.
Does it make the head of your pecker head sweep against the zipper of your favorite pair of jeans? Give that boy a shout out, Mikey boy.
All right. So this is for Nick Lowridge. He's a Matco tools dealer.
Bless you.
Sorry to interrupt. Is your what's his name again? I'm sorry.
Nick.
Nick. Is Nick the guy who wears the super crazy colorful shirts like the blue black.
No, Mike's making a face of fuck no.
Because we've got
With
a
what the
we've got a
fuck lines
Matco
in
guy,
between
and
his eyebrows.
I always forget his name, but I feel like we might have the same Matco
I think you're
dude.
thinking of.
Is it Matco or Snap-on?
It's
Yeah, I thought it
Matco.
was
We have
Snap-On.
both.
Yeah, I know who your Snap-on guy is. It's
Yeah.
different than mine.
Okay.
But Nick is the Matco dealer for our area.
I want to say that it's
I
the
have
same
the
guy
most
then.
badass jewelry box that I bought from Snap-on. It's a mini
Toolbox.
tool chest.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Wait, is it pink?
Blue.
No,
Oh,
fuck you.
They
it's
had
blue.
they had the pink ones out for a little while.
I
It was the
probably
same
would have bought
style.
the pink one if it was available.
Yeah.
It wasn't an option.
They were super cool.
Fuck you, Mike.
But I wanted it.
Fuck you for that great idea, you asshole.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. Please, you got to give the guy credit.
So I wrote a little ad,
Oh, there. Okay.
and I'm gonna
Read
give you,
it.
I'm gonna give you a rough reading of it. Okay.
Read it.
All right. So this is just
Hold on. Because we're gonna record this. We're gonna be playing this shit episodes. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do is a live sample recording.
We're
So-
gonna cut all this out right now.
Nope, we're not. So
Keep it in.
Keep it in, 100%.
Hey, Mike, game face.
All right.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Let's take a minute to discuss tools. We all know how important the right tool is to the right job. Whether you're rebuilding a transmission or changing oil in your driveway, the right tool makes the job faster, more efficient, and dare I say, more fun. Nick Lowridge, my personal Matco tools dealer, is always there for all my personal tool and shop tool needs. And he has the best beef jerky on a tool truck.
I know who this
Yeah,
is.
I do. That same guy.
Immediately, I know who this is.
Yeah.
He's got what you need, and that's quality tools. Nick works in Thousand Oaks, California. Just call him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. he's my local Matco distributor. Matco, service, trust, results.
And we're out. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful.
That
Fucking
is
beautiful.
Fantastic. That was fantastic.
Bell, bell, bell.
Hey, Mike, you like free shit, right?
You know I do, Jake.
Well, man, have you heard about Anchor? It is by far the easiest way to make a podcast. So let me explain. There are creation tools that they allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, so it is super, super easy to use.
You're right, Jake. It makes it super easy to distribute your podcast from all the podcatchers like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
Ali, another important thing to note is, did you know that it's free? And it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Jake, Allie, and Mike, that was a great advertisement.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, welcome back from the break. I just wanted to start off with a quick shout out to my buddy and former trainee, Rudy. You passed your automatic transmission class, buddy. That's one step closer to becoming a fully certified tech. So we're going to crack them for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go.
So, Rudy.
Sip for Rudy.
Oh, yeah. And Rudy, if you put my scissors in my wrench drawer again, I'm going to recircumcise you.
With the scissors. Oh,
It's going to take a couple inches off the top.
Yeah, you.
this is not a haircut.
He's working really hard on his organization skills, and so we're working on it. He's trying to figure out
a work in progress.
Yeah, what drawers go in what tools.
Maybe you
he's
need
learning
the
still.
label maker to, label it. Rudy, this goes here.
If you need a label, if you need labels on your toolbox to know what tools are in
It's
what
not
drawers,
for you.
you need to put down your tools and go work at the dog grooming
Rudy,
salon
you
or
better be
something.
dead or dying in there. I shit you not.
Nah, Rudy's doing great.
So, speaking of dead or dying, how about we discuss cars that almost killed you?
In a time
cars that
and a place.
you look at and you think, how the fuck did you get to my dealership in this vehicle without dying?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
No, I don't want to go on a
couple that
road
come to
test.
mind.
You're going to fucking kill us.
In a world full of idiots and cars not meant to be on the road.
Go on.
Go on.
Yeah.
I was almost there, bud.
I'm at like 45%.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start. I got a fun story that will be supplied with some sort of pictures. It's actually kind of good because it goes with Mike and I.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's related.
yeah. So I had a 2000 Volkswagen Golf,
Okay.
and I've had that car since I was 17, and I did a motor swap, a transmission swap. Well, I didn't do it, but I had a motor swap, a transmission swap. I mean, this was a magazine car. It was awesome.
When he says, hold on, let me interject. When you say magazine car, it was in magazine.
Euro tuner.
Yeah, we have the article and everything.
Magazine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to all of our magazine.
Yeah, it was cool. It was.
I didn't
really
mean
nice.
to diminish from that. I think I missed the S.
I did full R32 body work. I mean, it was
Gorgeous
Recaro
car.
seats. Everything was done. The system. There was a 10-inch sub in the spare wheel well, and you couldn't even tell when you opened up the trunk. It looked like just a stock Volkswagen. Full sound quality system. Like HRE rims, and the
custom HRE
yeah,
rims.
it was
the front brake calipers.
The front brake calipers. I had to get 19s for it because the brake calipers were from a Cayenne or something. So it was like
the Porsche SUV on
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Volkswagen.
Okay.
So
Mark II Volkswagen. Yeah.
Well, and that's actually funny because that kind of almost killed me one time. So the car didn't have ABS. It didn't have traction control. It had 2 ECUs to run it. It was kind
one
of
for the chassis of the car and one for the
Seriously?
engine.
It was kind of a
Oh, yeah,
Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
It was
Yeah.
very much a Frankenstein.
So I was actually cruising over to Mike's house one day, and in the Volkswagen, and I was having some fun with it. I think I just got it back from the shop, and
Typical Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I want no part of this.
I feel personally attacked.
so I'm coming up a road, and I'm doing maybe 20 over the limit, and
So
I go to make
40 over the limit.
yeah. So I go to make a right-hand turn, and this driver pulls in front of me, and I had to panic brake. It was like, oh shit, you didn't give me a turn signal. You did this last minute. Like, this was not expected. Well, in a normal car, you hit the brakes and the ABS kicks in, and you come to a nice stop, and you go, oh fuck, that was crazy. And you look around and say, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And everyone's fine. Well, my Volkswagen with the Porsche SUV brakes in it, with no ABS and a very light 5-door hatchback
On the front end of a Volkswagen with
Yeah.
80% of the braking force.
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I did an endo and did a full
Whoa.
360 in the street.
I think I sent her too hard there.
a little fucking too hard there, bud. And I did a full 360 in the street through the intersection. Fortunately, the light had turned green. And I came within 3 inches of smashing the back of the vehicle into the sidewalk across the street.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. So the windows were down, so I had a bunch of tire marbles in my face and dirt and dust and debris, but the
The
car
skid marks were
Tire
there for a
marks?
while. I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Driving
Hey, Mike,
past
next
them.
time you leave your house, go ahead and take a look at that intersection.
Kev, she needs you to explain tire marbles.
Oh, tire marbles.
Oh.
So tire marbles.
Soul
Tire
panels.
marbles. Solar panels.
Sounds
soul
like you
panels.
have some in your mouth.
I got tire marbles in my mouth.
You
Today, oh my God, is winning.
come to me.
Yeah. So marbles are what come off of tires. So when you're turning really hard, especially on like slicks and race tires that
Okay.
are really, really gummy, they'll actually beat up and
Yeah, the
have
rubber balls.
Oh, like
marbles.
the actual
uh,
like material.
The tire
is,
material.
like-
Yeah. So if you've ever seen a race
Okay.
car with
Ball.
tires that have been used, they look melted almost. And what's happening is
Oh.
it's actually like the heat when it's in a turn, it's scrubbing off some
Yeah.
of the material, and that's giving it crazy traction. But
Okay.
at the same time, it's throwing chunks of rubber
Yeah, so
Molten
you get that
rubber all
into
in
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
more
there's
you
actually a
know.
term when you're racing. It's like if you take a turn wide
Stay
or
out of the
something,
marbles.
stay out of the marbles. And if
Oh,
you
yeah.
hit the marbles, you
Mm.
basically are going to spin out because it's just a bunch of tire debris that you will never get
It's
traction.
like trying to drive on sand or something.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no way to get traction on that.
So I had marbles in my face. I had dirt and dust and all this other shit.
Not the first time you had.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. so my car stalls out. I'm facing traffic, on the other side of the light, and everyone's kind of
Fuck.
looking at me like, "Is this guy okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything's fine. Fuck it.
First gear.
Yeah, throw it in first gear.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Fire up the car. Sounds good. Fucking,
I'm a
give it-
stunt driver. I did this on purpose.
give it some revs, dump the clutch, and just bounce out. to a parking lot.
movie.
Yeah. Got to a parking lot. Took a couple minutes just to get the shakes out of me, and then drove to my buddy's house and had a beer and told him the story. Yeah. But Mike, I have let you drive that vehicle several times.
Yeah. Regrettably so.
and it has tried to kill you a couple times as well.
It has tried to kill me at least twice that I could think of right now. I'm going to tell you the two stories. So the first story is really easy. It's just like Kevin's story. Kevin's car was a lot of fun, just enough power.
It was fun, just not safe.
Just enough power to be like
so
a lot of fun.
Just to give people an idea, so it was a Mark IV Volkswagen Golf, and I had a Mark V 2.0 turbo TSI motor put into it, paired up with a 2006 or something S3 transmission. So it was a lot of fun. It hooked up. I think it made like 280 to the wheels or something like that.
It's a fucking lot for a Golf.
But it was a turbo car. So it had a big fun turbo and a diverter valve, and it was fun.
It didn't matter. The car didn't weigh shit.
Yeah.
And it was
that's my point.
Yeah. It was the golf cart.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Exactly.
The Volkswagen golf cart.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah. So I was out with a, Kevin mentioned that he was had his car in a magazine once because he had another fancy car at the time as well. And
the RS4.
Yeah. So we'll have stories about that as well. But long story short, we were on a cruise through the canyons local to our area, which happened to be
Decker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep listening. You'll understand.
And so we're actually going through a section of Mulholland, and I'm with a bunch of I'm in Kevin's car, driving Kevin's car, and Kevin's driving his RS4. And all it is just like these fancy Audis and like all these things that I could never dream of catching in Kevin's car that he's letting me drive for this little meet race thing. And they're all going crazy through the canyons, all-wheel drive, most of them because they're all Audis and tons of power. And here's me in this little front-wheel drive, barely 300 horsepower.
Yeah, front-wheel drive Volkswagen Mark IV 5-door hatchback.
So I'm a pretty good driver, and I'm driving through the canyons, and I'm just having so much fun. I'm just tossing this thing around, and get into a turn where I've got a little bit too much speed, and I go to jab at the front brakes before the apex of the turn, slow the car well before the apex turn, slow the car down. Well, the front end locks up and the steering wheel goes limp, and all of a sudden I'm just pointing at a hillside.
Nice.
And it's in 5, 4, 3, and I'm like, oh my god,
let off the brake, shift into the next gear, and fucking grab it, bud.
That's exactly what I did. I fucking threw the clutch in, got off the brake, put it into the next lower gear, and slowly got out of it. Yeah. So fortunately, I didn't die on that one. And again, like Kevin said, when we got to the next hangout spot, I calmly pulled over in line behind everybody else because I was in last place. And I think I told you maybe the second day or something like that, hey dude, your car tried to kill me in the canyons. I thought I was gonna wreck and destroy it.
Yeah, I mean he was keeping up. There was R8s. I mean my Audi was
the car kept up fine.
Your RS4 was fucking sweet.
And his Volkswagen kept up with that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was it
was great.
You cut the weight, and
exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
There it is, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think the problem with that car, honestly, was we needed a little bit of a residual pressure valve to take some of the pressure out of the front before the front's completely locked up to go to the rears. Anyway, that's for
right.
Whatever happened to your RS4, by the way?
It now resides in
Alaska, right?
Alaska with a long story that's very interesting that leads up to that. But now it's comfortably residing in Alaska with a fire captain.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
another time for that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second time the Volkswagen tried to kill me.
In a time, in a place.
So we're going up to a Oktoberfest that I think was just around a Volkswagen Fest. What do you call that thing?
Oh, Das Boot?
No,
it was in
it's
Big Bear.
Oktoberfest in Big Bear.
Yeah, Oktoberfest in Big Bear.
Yeah, so
there's a huge Volkswagen thing or something like that
Mhm.
right there. Okay, so Kevin's going up, I think, in the Jeep. Didn't you go up
Das
in the Jeep?
Auto.
No, I had the Audi at that
Did you
time.
have okay, so Kevin went up in the Audi with her.
Yep.
And
Attaboy.
I took Kevin's Volkswagen up with our mutual friend Rich.
Who's more German than Germans?
Who is for sure more
said
German
by
than
Germans.
German.
Said by Germans.
Yeah, verified, thrice.
So you say you're German?
Yeah, Rich, I love you. So I'm driving Rich up there in, basically my best friend roommate's car, right? And we smell gas and stuff, and it's like, I don't know.
Fine. It's probably exhaust.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. It'll be okay. And then like all of a sudden, we're going up the hill up to Big Bear, and it's like this like crazy twisty turny hill all the way up. And gas smell starts to like get a little crazier. And I was smoking cigarettes at the time. And Rich is like, hey, you probably shouldn't smoke cigarettes in Kevin's car. I'm like, shouldn't be smoking cigarettes in Kevin's car anyway. But yes, you're right. It does smell like gas a little bit stronger. So I put the cigarette out.
Quit using excuses, bud. You're afraid you're going to blow up.
So I'm just like driving reserved through the canyons. And all of a sudden I go make this, big swooping right-hander. And the car it's like, God put his finger on, his thumb on the roof of the car and spun the ass end around me.
Oh my God.
Spinning out. I must have probably done, Rich can call in and text me again.
How many rotations?
I probably did 2 or 3 rotations in the span of like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 car lengths. It was on a hillside. And it was either,
what felt like a fucking eternity.
Yeah. And I looked over at Rich and I was like, I'm sorry, hang on.
Bro, are we
ghosts? Yeah. It was the craziest thing. And what had happened was the fuel sending unit on top of the gas tank, the nipple had cracked and was shooting gas all over the right rear tire.
Fuck yeah.
So as soon as I was making
cream you can get for cracked nipples.
Yeah, bag bomb.
Huh. I didn't know about that, but thank you for
Utter bomb.
Me. Utter bomb.
Yeah, that's bag bomb.
Yeah, bag bomb.
It's a thing.
I'll have to Google that. Oh, maybe I shouldn't.
Bag bomb.
So anyway,
that was the second time your car tried to kill me, and that was potentially with fire.
So he calls me and lets me know what's going on, and he spun out and all this kind of shit. And we end up,
and I tried to fix it too.
Yeah. We end up meeting him at a gas station or something like that. And he fills up with gas. He's like, well, it's probably empty or something like that. So he fills up with gas, and I'm following him, and I'm just watching this
puddling
fountain of clear liquid come pouring out of the back of my Volkswagen, and I'm just like, oh my
projectile gas.
Like, there's like $10,000 in interior work in that car,
and I'm thinking that I fucked something up. I thought it was my fault. I thought I broke something. I'm driving someone else's car, and it's a really nice car. It's a really nice car. Yeah. And, I'm just like sweating bullets all the time. Trying to play it cool with Rich because, I'm trying to impress him or whatever. But
yeah, we ended up getting.
Oh my God, Rich isn't going to think I'm cool.
We ended up getting to. Wasn't that the time where.
We went to UTI.
We went to
homie Curtis came and hang out with us.
Yeah. So we went to UTI, and that's where the tow truck picked us up.
The first tow truck dropped us off there.
Oh, right.
And the second tow truck
because we didn't have enough miles to get from Big Bear. So we went from Big Bear to UTI. And
I didn't know any other address. I was just like, oh, this is on the way back. This is the address because, I was like, I went there or whatever.
That's fucking awesome.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good time.
But we had a good time that night. I got a picture of us that night, too.
Oh, dude. I think
Vuvuzelas were a thing because the World Cup had just happened.
Yeah.
Say again?
Vuvuzelas. Those
big horns.
Crazy horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's because South African
football games.
Okay.
South Africa, right?
It's
World Cup.
Okay.
And that's where the Vuvuzelas
I don't
were.
speak football.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Football.
But yeah, so who's got another story about a car that almost killed him or a customer that shouldn't have arrived at the dealership?
You got anything in your back pocket, Allie?
Well, my first car,
How did your first car die?
My first car. I'm kind of ashamed of it.
Oh, now we got to hear. Oh, Mike's.
Jesus Christ!
Mike's getting punched over here.
I just slapped the shit out of my mic.
No, not Mike, but the mics are getting punched.
Well, this could get confusing.
So,
that's true. Jake is punching microphones, and Allie's telling us.
Come here, Mike. Ooh.
So my I'm sure a tech had never seen this. So my first car was only worked on by people I knew because they would fix it for real cheap. Replacing the brakes totally safely and things like that. Asterisk. Wink.
Cross.
Yeah. So I was driving to a friend's house and there's a little bit of traffic, someone slammed on their brakes. I depressed my brake pedal.
You suck. You're worthless. I can't believe you're here.
Yeah. Fuck you, brake pedal. And it was so upset with me that it failed. It went to the floor.
Nice.
And So the only thing that I could do to not run into the, I believe, Lexus SUV in front of me, I don't remember the model particularly, but so I pulled the e-brake and I
Yelled "Thug Life."
it wasn't a big, it was just barely glanced the left bumper of the car in front of me.
And they needed to back you out of me, right?
Yeah, well, and I mean, it wasn't drivable after that.
It fucking cracked the whole fucking engine block.
And the cops came and there was a whole thing and nobody believed me that the brake, the pedal went to the fucking floor. There was no resistance at all. Nothing. And they were making fun of my tattoos and it was the worst experience
Wait, did you have,
ever.
were there skid marks?
I changed my underwear this morning.
No. I mean,
because if you pull the e-brake, typically it'll lock up the rear wheel.
Well, yeah, it did.
If it's
I don't know.
If there's a hydraulic brake failure and it's a hydraulic,
because I was told it was a master cylinder.
Well, but the e-brake's typically a cable-driven thing.
Yeah, it is.
Typically,
especially on a piece of shit like that.
So no, there was. I pulled it. I mean, there definitely. If that's.
If she could pull it, it was a cable.
That's true. Well, I had a hydraulic handbrake in the.
But anyways, that's how it died.
Well, she wasn't drifting to whatever the fuck Nissan.
And now the '92 Nissan Altima with duct taped hood and pink rims lives in Mexico because it was.
Rest in peace.
It was resurrected by my neighbors.
Now it's been turned into been turned into an elote cart.
No, it's
the best future it could have had.
Right.
It's just the back half chopped off, turned into a fucking trailer.
Dude, if we ever have an elotero that's listening to this show, please, it's hook us up with the corn. I want that shit. Oh my god! But I will piggyback off of yours with the whole yanking the e-brake thing.
Just to punctuate it, not safe. No one ever worked on that car that should have worked on that car.
So
you mean not trained professionals?
Yeah. Whatever you are, the opposite of that.
Plus the opposite of that times 20. So the Tiburon, which you all listening to this episode will definitely hear about more, and stay tuned. We got a little something special. But with the Tiburon that I had, probably, I don't know, a month, 2-3 months after getting it, it was my first real car. It's I had driven my parents' car, whatever, but this was my baby. And it had some power to it. And it had a fucking, manual e-brake. So, during that time, there was Fast and the Furious. There was fucking drifting was a real big thing. And I'm like, you know what? I can fucking do this.
So many panties are gonna drop.
Exactly. It's just fucking rip this shit and just goosh. So I was on my way. Now calm down.
Something about saying rip this shit and goosh.
Yeah, it doesn't go.
It's you guys.
We'll
just
come back to that.
You guys just like me being on this podcast
no one
because
will
you can fucking.
What?
Come
again?
I just heard no one's gonna come to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Come back to that.
You guys just like me on this podcast, so you can rag on me for the little fucking quirky bullshit that fucking just comes out of my mouth.
Hey, bottom of the line, it's okay. It doesn't really matter.
So, driving this car to my buddy's house, he lived on this particular block where coming from the main street after you came over the four-way intersection through the light, he had a massive left-hand turn that led onto a street. I mean, full 90-degree. It was a big swooping turn. A real good, kind of by your guys's. Kind of right over here by your guys's place.
Yeah.
So it's my brain just at that split second went, hey, Jay, you know what you should do right now? Fucking yank the goddamn e-brake and just fucking rip that bitch. Do it. Just do it.
That stick.
Exactly. Oh, God.
The Angels 5 minutes back, fucking flapping real hard. Don't do it!
Yeah.
Mike, do you think...
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
Mike, do you think the Angels watch me drift in heaven?
So I fucking slam the gas straight down and just turn into it hard and yank. And right at that point, my brain went, you fucked up, bud.
And how much will this cost?
Exactly. And it was at in that split instance, everything froze. My brain went, you dumb fuck. And at the corner of the street, how this was set up, there was a giant light pole that was like right at the corner. And I was heading straight for it fast. Didn't know about counter steering, didn't know about how to handle speed, how to feather the e-brake if you need, whatever the case, knew nothing. So started going into it, and I hit the right side of the car right on the rims fucking hard, man. It cracked the fucking curb, both spots that the tires fucking contacted. Hard. So I hit it, and for whatever grace of God, I don't hit the light pole, and I don't fucking roll or flip. So it hits, and it sounds like a nuclear bomb goes off, man. Like somebody just dropped a hand grenade from the amount of impact noise. So it hits, the car kind of stops suddenly, and I'm like, fuck. The car's still running, and my buddy is like 3 houses up, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to pretend this never happened. And my car's going, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Canadian bus tires.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good.
So I pull up to his house, and so I don't know what all has happened. The rims are fucked, the tires have giant gashes in them. For whatever reason, they're still holding air. So I leave that, I go into my buddy's house. I'm like, okay, if I just pretend this doesn't happen, nobody knew it, nobody was around, I'm like, nobody saw it. I'm at my buddy's, and we're getting pretty stoned. I had to. My adrenaline was rushing at that time.
You need to calm down.
My buddy, and there comes a hard knock on the fucking front door. And I'm like, fuck. Just like, I know it's for me. And it's the fucking where we live county sheriffs.
Oh, jeez.
And it's my buddy's mom answers the door. And
hey, buddy, had any problems tonight?
And she
I
comes.
have not heard this story.
And she comes into my buddy's room, and we are all blitzed. And she goes, "Is there a Jake in here?" And I'm like,
Fuck.
"Yeah, that's me." She's like, "The cops are here to see you." I'm like, "Oh, I wonder what for. That's so funny." So I'm stoned, and I got to go talk to the cops. So I walk
How
out.
old? Teens?
Teens. Let's just go teens. So I walk out, and they go, "Hi."
You have to be. I would judge
yeah.
you if you were older.
They go, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine." It's like, "Don't look at my." I'm like, I'm like staring through slits in paper. My eyes are so slammed. They're like, "Is that your white car over there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You doing anything you shouldn't?" I'm like, "No." "You sure?" And they're like, "Yeah, no. I promise." They're like, "Well, we got some complaints of a really loud noise, and we noticed there's some heavy cracking at the curb right across the way." I'm like, "Oh,
Wait,
that's."
but how does the car look?
So I've got that side up against the curb, so it's just enough hidden where I thought I was fine. Thought I was fine. And they're like, "Well, there's a pretty decent impact that's over there, and we can see that your tires are pretty messed up." And what I didn't realize is the skid marks basically were only about 10 feet back from where I fucking
There's
parked.
literally a path.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
where
So
you
I'm
fucked up.
playing dumb as shit the whole entire
Did
time.
you start explaining marbles to them?
So to end this real quick, because I could go on and on. 2 of them, 3 cops, 3 squad cars. 2 of them leave, and
Sounds right.
the female cop, who was actually the highest ranked at the time, pulls me aside, and she's like, "I know you fucking did it." And she's like, I know you fucking did it. Everything lines up. I'm like, no, I promise. She's like, "You're lucky. Nobody saw this. Nobody was hurt. Nobody reported any damage."
I can't prove it.
So she goes, "I'm going to turn the other way." She's like, "If I see this car in another one of these situations, you're boned." So I got off with that, but once I got it back to the house and got it to the shop, both of the control arms were bent.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The rims were actually cracked at 3 of the 5 spokes. I had completely torn the fucking boots. I mean, dude, it was mangled.
Yeah.
But that is not what killed the tipper on. That will come at a different time.
So,
you good, dude?
Speaking of coming,
No.
I think we're finished.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, we've arrived.
We have arrived.
I'm
We have
sorry.
arrived.
We have hit climax.
Okay, so
In a time and a place where you grab it and rip it off.
so real quick, while I'm thinking of climaxing, I want to shout out my homie Sean.
You boy.
Oh
fuck! I'm mid truly, man. What the fuck?
In all seriousness, Sean Lifter,
We love you, dude.
A really good friend of mine, of ours.
Of all of ours.
Yeah,
Of all of
definitely
ours.
all of ours.
He came by the dealership today on his way home from radiation
Yeah.
to come say hi to me and actually stop by the house before we podcasted. And I just want to give a shout out to Sean Lifter, Alicia Lifter, and
His little ones.
and
Their
the little
family.
ones,
Mhm.
and all of the family. Sean's going through some rough stuff with
Some hard-
cancer,
Yep.
and I'm not ever one to like really plug anything except for the truly sponsors, but this one is well deserving. Sean actually has a GoFundMe to help support him and the family through these tough times. Sean's not able to work. They've got 2 little kids at home, and
A fairly newish
yeah.
born.
and a
A new
very
baby.
newborn. And all the love and support and help that they can get is much appreciated from all of you guys. If you go to GoFundMe.com and search for his name, Sean Lifter, that's SEAN LIFTER. Just
It's
Sean
a picture
Lifter.
of him, his blonde wife, and his kids. So
And I think it should be mentioned that Sean works
I
at
was
a body shop in his hometown, a hometown body shop.
You owe me money. You owe me money.
I did it, motherfucker.
You owe me money.
You owe me money, Sean. Hometown Sean with his
What
fucking
is
body
happening?
shop.
We had a side bet going on.
and everybody who is listening to this with that, we're all in the business. We've talked about all being a family. He's in the business.
He's a
Support-
family member.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a family member to all of this. Support him, guys, and we're good. And just please, it would really mean a lot to us.
All right. And with that being said, Ali, do you want to go ahead and take us out here? Let people know where they can reach us, where they can make the socials.
The social meds. Okay, so everybody can definitely follow us on Twitter at customer_states, Instagram at the same, that's customer_states, Facebook at facebook.com/customer_states_podcast. And you can email us at customerstatespodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear all your stories. We love to shout you guys out when you do it. So please reach out to us.
Yeah. And if you want to send us voice
memos.
memos so we can play them on the episode, that's
Play that
actually
shit back.
more
That would be
preferred.
awesome.
Yeah, we love the emails, but it'd be so nice to hear your guys'
Yeah.
voice. So
Yep.
use the voice
then-
memo app in your phone and just attach it to an email. And
Let's
send
make it
over
more
to
personal.
us.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. And
Yeah.
then we don't have to read the fucking story. We can hear your wonderful voice tell the shitty story.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Because no one cares about your shitty story more than we do.
Kevin
Seriously.
secretly is probably one of the nicest people you'll meet.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't tell them fuck.
So yeah, get at us on all the social medias, and thank you guys so much for listening to Customer States.
Episode 8,
And stay tuned for a special
extra medium.
special extra mediums segment.
Yeah, we're gonna try
segments
coming
something
out soon.
new, so
Yep.
let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, really, we're going racing next weekend. So
Oh, that's a
We're-
good point. Actually,
Yep,
yeah. So
taking a bit of a hiatus.
yeah, taking a bit of a hiatus. Kevin and I are going racing next weekend, and so we have a special mini
Series.
Little
series,
mini-series coming out.
coming out for you guys next
An
week.
extra
So
medium series, not a mini series.
extra mediums.